Hey, guess what?
What's that?
Hulk chicken.
He likes to say random words.
Hey, guess what?
Chicken butt.
Volcanic skunk.
That's a cool picture.
I'm recording it though.
Hey, guess what?
What's that?
Poisonous rock camel.
It's rock camel.
Look at this size. Like, okay.
Hey, tell him what you were telling me about the Ukraine.
Had you heard what's been going on in Ukraine?
Yes. Well, no. What?
Well, there was this first. I think this was in 2013. There was some separatists, maybe Russian separatists, that turned Ukraine over to Russia.
Oh
Yeah, now there's some separatists trying like to create their own country, and Russia apparently has some troops in Ukraine. From what I heard, that's what.
yeah. We actually have a guy that comes in. He was over there last summer teaching English, and he said that there was a lot of Russian presence there. But he said a majority of the Ukrainians that he talked to anyway wanted the Russians to leave and leave them alone. So I don't know. Definitely wild over there.
Yeah. Had you heard about ISIS?
Yeah.
Because like I remember when
That's,
I first started showing
they're
up,
pretty scary.
he was around my dad, man. My dad.
What do you think of evolution?
I think it has its place, you know. I think there's some evidence to it,
Yeah.
but not to say that you can't have other beliefs and everything.
Yeah, I believe in God and evolution. Like, my dad thinks that I think that's what he thinks. That like pretty. I remember him telling me that he believes that they could have like just waited until there was a right time, like for a right planet, like maybe a planet that would generate the right land mass, or like kind of like a sustainable planet for humans or life itself, and eventually just guided evolution along, like shaped the creatures on Earth that evolved and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think there's definitely a lot of things that are out there that are bigger than, humans, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be
Like, do you think creatures could like exist in outer space? Like, not on outer space, like in planets, in outer space itself, like space.
sometimes I believe there's aliens out there, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm talking about like organic life forms that exist in space.
Just like in space.
Yeah.
Haven't they had things that they've like found
Like,
meteorites and
like
everything?
like in Star Trek, how there's space monsters and stuff.
There's anything like that. I mean, yeah, black holes and stuff they've proven to exist. So
Yeah.
Sean comes in here too.
I guess they don't fully understand those, so anything could come out of that. Really,
I was talking about like space monsters that come out of black holes. I like regular space monsters, like organic
just
creatures.
exist in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I guess it's a possibility. Space is
Yeah.
a super large place. So.
Had you ever heard of the game called Spore?
I think I may have heard of it.
Yeah, like it involves an evolution of it. It's not exactly an evolution simulator, but you get to evolve your species from a single-celled organism to a galactic empire.
Mm-hmm.
That's great, man. One of my favorites.
Now, is it a PC game or?
PC game.
Okay.
Had you ever heard of Civilization 5?
Yeah, I've heard of Civilization.
Yes.
I never played it, but I have heard of it though.
It's really cool. Like from the Stone Age, I think maybe, or the ancient, just like it starts like from what it calls the ancient era to
Thanks.
information era. Like there's nukes and stuff, and also has like an XCOM squad unit. Had you ever heard of XCOM?
I don't think I have.
Okay, basically, XCOM, the game itself, is basically where aliens invade. Like, there's this company called XCOM that like was built just in case or something like that would happen in the game. And that's what it said in the game. And basically, you fight aliens and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Develop technology, use some alien technology like laser weapons.
Yeah, and then you have to like build up your
mechs.
Yeah. I like
Yeah, with all the hair that's coming off, yeah.
Like Dune and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where you'd have to build
And
your
also,
bases and
in
all that.
Civilization 5, they have giant death robots and a unit called the XCOM Squad. Basically, it's like plasma lasers and stuff.
Okay. Now, could you upgrade all your weapons and everything like that on there?
No, like it's just units and stuff. Like you can upgrade like an archer to a let's say you could upgrade like a cavalry unit to a tank.
Mm-hmm.
Like along the lines of that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he just wasn't acting right.
And there is nukes and stuff.
And then all of a sudden he was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Boom.
So you can cause a lot of damage on there if you want to, huh?
Yeah. You could if you wanted to create it a World War. Like you can like make an alternate World War I or II.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you can change the outcome of how it worked, huh?
Like if you basically start out with one city in the ancient era, you can be any civilization like well not exactly any civilization, but there are like you can only play as like some famous civilization. There are some city states, but it only like right now it only has like some famous civilizations and stuff like America, Britain, England, France, Germany,
so
Russia, Rome,
the bigger ones then.
Egypt, like just not like big ones, not just big ones, but great empires that existed,
Mm-hmm.
like Babylon, Egypt.
Oh, okay, like Alexander the Great and stuff like that.
Yeah, Greece too. Like what Alexander is a leader. Like there's one kind of like internal leader.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like Alexander the Great for Greece, Washington for America, Elizabeth for England, Napoleon for France, and there's also the Ottomans. There's the Byzantines.
Well, I don't have enough personal.
Oh, okay, so
There's
yeah.
China and Egypt.
Can you play as
Not-
the Mongolians?
Yeah, you can play as-
I'm fascinated about them.
Yeah, you can play the Mongolians, and there's also China and Japan,
Okay, so you
Siam.
play some of the dynasties and everything.
Not exactly the dynasties, but the countries
okay.
themselves.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And there's also this newest game called Civilization Beyond Earth.
Uh-huh.
Basically, there's like some companies you play as like you basically colonize planets. Basically, takes place like 100 years after the start of what they call in the game the Great Mistake. It ain't Pacific. It allows because the company wants the players to make up their own story behind that and stuff. And
So everybody gets a different experience.
yeah, and the game takes place 50 years after the civilizations come out of the Great Mistake, and there's been like great migrations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like Franco-Iberia, there's the Slavic Federation, there's the Pan-Asian, I don't know.
Now, can you play as any of those?
Like there's only like, right now I think there's only 8 or 9 companies, or federations stuff that you're supposed to like play as. Like there's different, the hair on my nose is agitating me.
Oh,
I
sorry.
I can hardly talk.
Here, I'll brush it off for you.
And
Better?
I would like to rub it off myself with my hand, but I can't.
Sorry about that. Yeah, just let me know if you need me to wipe it off.
Can you wipe it off like there's some on my nose? I can't point to where it is.
But
Like-
since like another guy said the same thing.
Oh, right there on the side. I see where it is.
You know, whatever.
There we go.
Hey, go be a douchebag.
Is that better?
Yeah, and okay. There's aliens on the planet. They're like the barbarians in Civ 5, but they're different. Like they're kind of passive, but if you get close to them, they might kind of attack you at first. Attack this like not exactly attack you full on force. Like just
okay,
attack you out of curiosity and fear.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm a good at
Yeah, like then can be if you kill a lot of them, like take down some nests, they can get more aggressive. Which like it's green at the start, but it can turn from to yellow, not yellow, to orange to red. Like orange is like a medium aggression, while red is like a full out aggression.
Oh, okay.
Like there's 3 sort of like infinities. Like there's purity, where you try to keep humanity, you try to make the planet adapt to humanity, basically make the planet Earth-like, and kind of remove the enemy. Then there's supremacy, where you basically convert humanity to technology, it basically make them cyborgs and stuff, like complete robots. And then there's harmony, where you, instead of making the planet adapt to you, you adapt to the planet.
Oh, okay.
Basically become sort of alien, like you can use some of the alien as cavalry. You can make, and you can also make your own version of the aliens.
Oh, okay. So you can
Customize.
Yeah, that's cool.
Basically, it's not exactly how you choose, but it's exactly, you kind of evolve your civilization depending on what you need.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess the better you are at adapting, the longer your civilization will stick around, huh?
I guess. Have you ever heard of Paradox?
I mean, I know what a paradox is, but I don't know if I've ever heard of.
Like the Paradox Company.
Oh, maybe I have.
They make games basically. First there's Crusader Kings 2. Let me catch my breath.
Okay.
Like, there's Crusader Kings 2. Basically, where like you play from a count to an emperor. You basically start out in the late Dark Ages, in the early like depending on which expansion packs you have. Like there's Old Gods with Kamalish that had like Old Gods as like 200 years game, like to start 200 years earlier, while Kamar's as 100 years from the start of Old Gods. Like basically, it takes place during the Crusades, and then ends right at the start of the Renaissance.
Oh, okay.
The Renaissance, and the next game, European Universalis, instead of playing from a duke, count, or emperor, you play king or emperor. You play as the soul of a nation. Basically, you start out from the Renaissance and basically make your way. Like you play as anything you want, like depending on what expansion pack you have. If you have Conquest of Paradise, you can add a random new world, or like a randomly generated new world. So if you play as a European, you can like to have the feeling of like what European sports are, like what they're gonna suspect.
Oh, okay.
And there's like, and you can play as a Native American if you have the Conquest of Paradise and stuff like you. And you can also as a Native American you can migrate and stuff from province to province.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there's also colonial states. Like if a foreign, like if there's a colonial state, like right now in the vanilla version, my back's really itchy.
Okay. Hold on a second, I'll a little top on there for you. A bit better. A little bit better?
Maybe.
Okay. I'm almost done. Not too much longer.
Okay. And like, let's say if you're in Asia, Africa, or Europe, and you colonize in America, if you give 5 core provinces, it turns into a colonial state. And depending if you tax your colonial state too much, it gets liberty, desire, and stuff, and it might try to declare independence.
Oh, really? So you have to treat the people right, or they'll.
Yeah, like kind of like how America, just like how America came to be.
Oh, okay.
Like there's colonial states, like there's West Coast American West Coast, and then there's Louisiana, then there's California colonial state, then there's a Canada colonial state, then there's Alaska colonial state, then there's a Mexican colonial state, and basically all the countries in South America is colonial states.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How many expansion packs do they have for it?
3 right now. There's Conquest of Paradise, Wealth of Nations, and the newest one called Art of War.
Okay.
Which adds more countries in Africa and more tribes in South America and North America.
Okay, so it just gives you more.
Yeah. And also, like, add some more colonial provinces. Like, there used to be, like...
What's itching?
Something. Nose.
His nose is itching.
That better?
Yeah.
The good Alex.
You're very handsome.
That's why y'all can't hear you.
That's right.
Derp, derp. Well, you got any other plans for your birthday?
My mom's gonna get some cupcakes.
Well, she got Miss Beth had some extra cupcakes, and so your mom brought some donuts. So we'll have donuts and cupcakes.
Yay!
Yay!
Now, do you like regular cake or cupcakes better? Because I know some people, they don't like cake, but they love cupcakes.
I like both.
Me too. I'm not too picky.
And then there's Victoria too. That takes place in the Victorian era, like basically from like 1836 to the end of World War I.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Hearts of Iron that basically is a World War II game.
Okay. World War II is a pretty interesting time.
Ow. And Crusader Kings 2 only takes place in the Mediterranean and India right now. At first, when the game was released, it only took place in the Mediterranean. But then you eventually then it added India. It might eventually add China and Japan.
Oh, really?
Maybe. Might.
I guess they're still working on other parts of it then.
Yeah, I guess they're still adding expansion packs for both Crusader Kings 2 and Europa Universalis 4.
Oh, okay.
There's also the Sunset Invasion DLC for European Crusader Kings, so you can say it's like an alternate universe DLC because the Aztecs invade Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like Europeans invading North America,
Yeah.
but it's just the Aztecs that invade Europe.
Oh, okay.
And if you could also convert a game from Crusader Kings 2 to Europa Universalis 4. And if you have the Sunset Invasion DLC on, the Native Americans will start out with advanced American tech group that makes them more advanced more easily than Europeans.
Oh, okay.
So you can start out with alternate history. Like right now, like if I had my computer here, I would like show you an empire I made on the Crusader Kings 2. Basically, like the area of Scandinavia.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a Scandinavian empire. Basically, I made a North Scandinavian empire.
Oh, really?
And I took like most of Germany. Planning on making it Norse and releasing it as its own state. As a Norse Germanic
That's funny.
state. Basically trying to make basically my goal in the game is to make nearly all of Europe Norse.
Not really.
Yeah.
See what it'd be like if they were done by the Vikings and everything, huh?
Yeah.
Funny.
Like all of Scandinavia is kind of like united under one flag.
Mm-hmm.
And I also reformed Norse face in it, like where I can have holy wars and stuff. Great holy wars.
How you like it so far, Alex?
Good.
He had a lot of hair for sure.
He did have a lot of hair. Do you want to take some of your hair, some of your curls for your mama?
Maybe.
Okay. We'll take them
Hey, guess
home
what?
to your mama. What?
Ford-winged turkey.
Is that what you're going to have for Thanksgiving? Is a Ford-winged turkey?
This baby on top. That's cute.
Yeah. It's the curl. Yep.
You should spike it now on Alex.
What?
You should spike it.
You want your hair spiked?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I can spike it up if you want to. This stuff brings out the curl more.
Yeah.
I think I like the curl.
Yeah. Very nice.
No, you know. What you got naturally curly hair, so you're going to accentuate that, you know. Alright.
Looks good.
Good to go.
He's kind of in the weird position of being
Very nice. You look like a 13-year-old now.
Looks 14.
He looks 14. Oh, you have gained a year. Just like that.
Probably does because the haircut.
Oh. All right. I'm going to stop it now. That looks good.